Hey guys, what's up? Today we are talking about foams for the SCX6. We compared stock foams to steadyfoams to proline dual stage foams. These steadyfoams were recommended to us to test by steadyfoam via Instagram, and so we're going to give them a test. We're going to give them a review, and who knows, maybe we'll start carrying them. Let's find out. This is the story of three little foams, or three big foams, rather. Stock foams. These foams were too soft. Basically what that means is that running them in with the high gear, taking a turn, tire folds over on itself. You're on the rocks, off camber, side hill stuff, the tire just wants to fold over on itself. Well, that's no fun. Typically, soft is good. In the one-to-one stuff, you air down your tires to get the tire to conform to the rocks. That's what gives you your traction. But in the RC world, there is such a thing sometimes as too soft. And I wasn't feeling these stock foams. Out of the box, they definitely serve their purpose. Once you get them wet, like we definitely did, as you've probably seen in other videos, they break down. And they break down and just make the tire softer. So in some situations, obviously, that is good. But in other situations, that's not good. So you need to find a little bit of middle ground. And basically, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a foam that is going to perform well in all situations. So that's what we're looking for. And these stock foams were just too soft. So next, we tried the Proline dual stage foams. And these foams were too hard. I mean, the dual stage is nice. The center section is a closed cell foam, which will not absorb water nearly like the stock foams. The outer foam is nice. It will absorb water. It will break it down. In the footage that you'll see, obviously, somewhere over here, who knows? You'll actually see the truck do not so well, and this area that I chose to crawl was covered in sand. The rocks were covered in sand, and the driving conditions didn't really show what the truck could do as far as capability wise. But the foams, you could tell just looking at them that they were pretty stiff still. The dual stage, the nice thing about the dual stage is the sidewalls, the center section still stays extremely stiff, but allows the outer edge to be soft and conform to the rock, which is nice. However, at least in this situation where the sand was in the rocks, probably would have been better to have a little bit softer. But for this particular area, you'll see the tire does conform to some rock and make the forces the tire to work. In some situations, but in many other situations, in the overall feel, this foam was just too stiff. I did a little bit of running through the water to try to break down the foams a little bit. Obviously, the foam's just going to break down over time. This was running only once, but it really just made the tire have to do more work, and then you have to choose a different tire. Not saying that the stock tires are bad, but a stiffer foam makes the tire kind of have to do a little bit more work. Plus, it also depends on where you're running, things like that. So these foams aren't terrible. They were just a little stiff for my liking. Ran it in high gear. You can see that the tire doesn't fold over on itself, which is really good. You can take turns fast, and it really just forces the tire to grip and flip the truck over. So that happens. But overall, these foams are just too stiff. Now, on to the steadyfoams. These foams were just right. Honestly, these I ran a good battery pack through, and at first I thought these feel a little on the stiff side, but I think it was just because it stiffened them up from the stock foams, which were pretty soft. I mean, the fun thing with these foams is in high gear, if you take a turn in high speed, which I was really mainly just doing this to test as another testing parameter for the foams, how well they'd hold up. But there was a interesting consistency where it folded over just enough to allow the truck to slide a little bit and then get grip and almost want to flip. Or it made it it made the slide more consistent. And that was more sliding in the rear than having the front actually fold over. Which, could be I was doing it in grass, and it was a little bit different than where I was running the Proline foams, but these foams really did seem to help. I mean, with the weight of this thing, and after running it through water, it didn't break down. Obviously, foams are just going to break down over time, and the more water you run through them. These are a more dense foam, which is going to just make them stiffer, or which is just going to be stiffer than what the stock foam is. But overall, it allowed the tire to conform to the rock. It allowed the tire to still keep its position on some side hills, which I don't know if I even got any good footage of, or any real off-camber stuff. But overall, honestly, these steadyfoams were extremely great. So they're they're cheaper than the Proline foams. And honestly, they reached out to us via Instagram and asked us to review these. And I'm extremely happy that they did, because I highly recommend not only checking them out, but I expect to see them in the stores now. So that's going to be what's fun, is we're going to get them in at Nankin. You're going to be able to try them out yourself and experience the greatness that are these foams. They're not a dual stage foam. They're just a single stage foam. But like I said, they're just the right firmness. That is perfect for this truck. So be on the lookout. Like I said, we'll be ordering them soon, so you can order them soon. So be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and stop by our website. Stop by our shop. If you're in Michigan, we got 4 locations. And orders over $50 ship for free. So you can order some of these foams and order some more stuff and get shipping for free. That's order these once they're available on the website, and order other stuff right now. Right now. Go do it. Go hit that like button that's somewhere over here, and hit that share button that's somewhere under here, and then click the link that's going to be up here or over here or over here, and check out everything that we have. And I will catch you all on the next one.